welcome to We the People. Despite the national outrage after the horrific gang rape of a 23-year-old girl in Delhi, every day our headlines continue to scream more and more instances of sexual violence and sexual abuse against women. Today, we look at why the conviction rate in rape cases is often so low, just about 26%, and also ask a more important and troubling question. How gender sensitive is our judiciary? The reason that this is so important is so many women who have been impacted by sexual violence, of course, talk about their experience in going to the police, often an extremely unhappy and traumatic one. But what happens when their case actually reaches the court? If we all carry some baggage of patriarchy, then are judges, men and women, free from that influence of patriarchy? And how do we sensitize them more? Let me start with Justice Kajol. Do you believe that our judiciary has come of age when it comes to issues related to sexual violence? Do you believe our judiciary, men and women both, are sensitive on how to approach cases of sexual violence?
See, all judges are not alike.
Exactly.
I personally have always been of the view that a hallmark of a healthy society is the respect it gives to women. And from that point of view, Indian society has become a sick society because our courts of law are flooded with cases of crimes against women. I personally have taken a very strong view on these matters, but as I said, all judges are not alike.
Is that a problem, Justice Kajol? Because one of the things is that I think in the Justice A.P. Shah decision, he said that every rape case is a different case, and therefore we can't actually frame guidelines on how a trial related to a rape should be conducted. I'm just wondering if the fact that it is so judge-centric, is that a problem? That you're actually depending on the personality, the mindset, and the discretion of an individual judge. So you can't generalize. You can't be assured of a set protocol in the judiciary.
Yes, judges have their different philosophies.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, a senior lawyer, criminal lawyer in Allahabad High Court where I practiced, he said that in every case, the woman is winning, and the other extreme is in every case she is unwilling, and the truth lies somewhere in between. So it depends from judge to judge, it depends from case to case, you cannot generalize.
Justice Mukul Mudgal, is it a problem that our justice system is so dependent on the individual liberalism or the absence of a particular judge?
A judge cannot be like a computer. It cannot be fed because, as Justice Kajol rightly said, facts may differ enormously.
From case to case.
But yes, I don't think all our judges are that sensitive as they ought to be. Programs in gender sensitization do help, but you cannot limit the discretion because there are cases where a more stringent punishment is required. There are cases where less than more stringent punishment is required.
So you're saying you can't have a standardized template or a protocol for how judges should respond?
But certainly you can have a protocol where judges in rape cases must be proactive judges. The cross-examination must be stopped in camera proceedings. These are the measures which should be uniformly followed.
So Justice Sori, what we're hearing from both Justice Kajol and Justice Mudgal is that judges are not robots, and of course, therefore, by definition, they will also bring their own impact of being socialized. There may be some set guidelines, some do's and don'ts that judges must follow.
They already are do's and don'ts. As far as trials are concerned, facts have to be proved, and they have to be proved. Is already well settled. Once he is held guilty, then the only discretion the judge has is how much sentence to give.
Some of the oral observations reported have caused a great deal of disquiet about attitudes. They may not impact eventual sentencing, I do take that point, but they do reflect an attitude.
Yes. See, as far as attitude is concerned, like Justice Kajol said, they are judges, human beings, they are from your own society. At the same time, judges are not by and large insensitive, and they do not enjoy being rude or in particular
hostile.
Let
me get Justice Aruna Suresh here. I get you into this conversation also because we have such few women who are judges even now. But I've never been much convinced, whether in politics or in journalism or indeed even in the judiciary, that women are necessarily free from patriarchal biases in general either. One of the things that a number of judges have to deal with are cases that go to court where a woman will say that I have been raped because she has in fact been cheated. She will say that this man promised to marry me and the consent therefore is in question because eventually he did not marry me. Now you had to deal with one such case, which
number of
such cases, but one of the cases that went into the headlines was the case of somebody where you ruled with a male judge, where the man who was convicted of rape actually, in a case like this, where the woman who later committed suicide, and in her suicide note she said she was duped into having sex, but she continued to have sex with him in the hope that he would marry her. Now, in that judgment, ma'am, you and your fellow judge determined that because this man had sat for the IAS exam and cleared it, this was a sign of redemption. Many would turn around and tell you, what does one have to do with the other?
No, madam, I can't comment on my judgment. I can't say anything on this. This judgment was pronounced at the time, considering the facts of the case, circumstances, as everybody is saying.
That's a disturbing thought. A convicted rapist is now an IAS officer. To me, this is a very disturbing thought.
Well, it's for to decide.
Who is it for to decide that?
See, if he is taken as an IAS officer, the court doesn't say you take him as an IAS officer.
But your judgment did feel it was a sign of redemption.
But if he is allowed to appear for IAS examination and he has appeared and he has cleared it, so why stand in the way if he is redeeming himself?
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.